I did watch a Bad Bunny concert with a sports game, with a sports ball game in the middle of it. I did watch it. Yes, of course I watched it.
Okay, are you familiar with any of Mr. Bunny's music? The
I
Bunny?
am I am familiar with nothing about Mr. Bunny. I know of Bad Bunny. I know he exists. I know he's a public person. I think the only thing that I found interesting about Bad Bunny, I mean, of course, listen, I know who he is.
Mhm.
Come on, I'm a
Yeah.
cool person.
Yeah.
Um,
You're hip. You're with
I'm
it.
hip. Yeah, I have a broken hip. No, but I have obviously no history with him. I don't know his songs. I
Yeah.
still don't think I know any of his songs, although I was listening to some of them today, and it made me emotional. But the only thing that I kind of like the only it's weird like the only like weird perception thing that I had of him was I saw that he hosted SNL, right?
Mhm.
And I saw that he was involved in like the 50th anniversary of the SNL stuff.
Yeah.
And like I watch a lot of like behind the scenes of SNL stuff. Like I think a lot of
Uh-huh.
people do now with like Conan
Mhm.
and stuff like that. And I know that they don't invite people back unless they have a really, really good time, right?
Yeah.
So like seeing him be involved in that, I was like, oh, okay. Like he must be somebody that's pretty self-aware and those
Yeah.
things and like pretty funny. So that's all I really knew about him.
Mhm.
Yourself?
Oh, I'm familiar with his music. Like I know a few songs. I did start listening to uh the album
Hmm.
that he just won a Grammy for like
Hmm.
maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
Because when I was in Texas, the family over there, they were listening to some of it. And I was like, oh, like I know Nueva Yola. I know Debí tirar más fotos. Like I know those sounds,
Uh-huh.
but I never listened to all of it until like a month ago. And then I was like, I'm gonna run a bus through a house. Like this music is amazing. Like it's so good. So then when I was gonna watch the halftime show, like just this week, I started actually listening to it, and then on Apple Music, you
Hmm.
can look at the lyrics, the way the lyrics pop up. It pops up like karaoke, and it has the translations at the bottom of it too. So I started
Hmm.
reading through translations of the song, and I was like, hey, this guy's a genius. I was like, he seems to have a message to send. And I was like, this is gonna be fun. But I was thinking like it was gonna be like a dance party. Like I just thought it
Yes.
was gonna be a dance party. And then when I watched it, I was like, hey, what the fuck? This is incredible.
Yeah, obviously we're gonna talk a lot about it, and I can't wait
Yeah.
to like kind of because that's one of the things that I'm realizing like that I think people are pointing out is there were so many messages within like the performance that
Yeah.
you and I didn't pick up on, or we wouldn't have picked up on because it wasn't all our it's not our culture and things like
Yeah.
that, right? But yeah, like I didn't know what to expect, and like but like when you take into account everything that's happening, like the ICE stuff and like immigration stuff, and the fact that one specific community is being targeted more aggressively than others,
Yeah.
and also like the fallout from just the announcement of him
Yeah.
as like a Super Bowl act or whatever, I think I had this mental picture in my head of it being like angry or
Mhm.
like protesty, like in a very confrontational way, or it was going to be something like a dance party, right?
Yeah.
Because again, I don't know this music. That's my perception of it, which
Yeah.
is probably stupid.
Yeah.
But I think what completely floored me, and I think this is the reason why there is so much conversation about it and why it hit so hard was because of just how fucking pleasant it was. Like it was just so warm and like so full of life and like
Yes.
obviously like sexy in like the best way, and I can't
Oh
wait
my
to
god, the
there
best way.
there's some key people that you and I need to discuss.
I
uh
can't wait.
15-year-old Raheel came back in rushing back in
You know
multiple
what's
ways.
you know what's crazy? And we'll talk about him. But I was like,
Mhm.
hey, I should have known that I was like a little bit gay this whole time because I was like, I see two people here. Two people here when I was a
Ju-
teenager. I was like, hey, they're both really hot.
the
This is so
one
confusing.
obviously we're going to be talking about both of them. The one person I don't think I've done a good job explaining just how much this person has affected me in my life.
Yeah.
They're about a year and a half older than me, and so like when I was 15, a movie called Idle Hands came out, and let's just say it's one of those things where it's never gone down. The excitement about this person has never ever gone down. It's Jessica and Jennifer Lopez also just two just anytime you see them, that's a straight up homer, right? But yeah, so like I think the reason why it's resonating so much is like
Mhm,
if he wanted to make the show like fuck ice, right?
mhm,
And like if instead of like the set that he had, it was like
mhm,
set in a detention center or something like that,
mhm.
he would have been completely justified. Like the
Absolutely.
Hispanic community right now can tell everybody to go fuck themselves because
Yeah.
this shit is like it's a nightmare. It's horrendous,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
But instead, what he showed was like people working, people just
Ugh.
living, like the community, like like, the message to me was about, like, sustenance, right? Like, even if you look at there are people working in, like, this fertile ground, and
Ugh,
they're just
well,
l
real. I wrote a beat by beat. We're gonna go beat by beat, okay? You guys thought the heated rivalry recap was 2 hours. Wait until I talk about a 13-minute performance for 45 minutes.
I'm so excited. I think yeah,
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
like, the only thing like, the last thing I'll say is, like, I think again, not knowing who Bad Bunny is or like, anything about his music or really his persona or anything like that. What was so impressive to me was, and again, you and I didn't understand 98% of the words.
Mhm.
Um, but what was so impressive was that he clearly understood like the moment and his
Yeah.
own significance in it. And like he could have given people the anger that they were looking for, right? I think that's what they were frothing for. And again, that anger would have been justified. But instead, he recognized something deeper, which is like the world is already angry enough, right? He
Yeah.
didn't need to add to it. And the fact that he was there, his existence alone, just
Mm.
like the existence of a lot of minorities right now, when
Mhm.
Trump says that that performance was an affront to America, that's the affront that he's talking about.
Yeah. That
It
you're
is
you're
our
here.
existence. It is our
Yes.
existence as like, you know, as minorities in this country. And like him responding with like joy and softness and like love and all that stuff. That's what really shines against the ugliness because he never had to name it. It's like everybody knows what's going on. You'd have to be
Yeah.
dead inside not to know what's going on. So again, it was amazing.
All right.
Loved
Well, so I want to talk about two things. First, I want to talk because you and I, like we said, 90% of it it was not for me. It was,
it.
I was like, oh, I don't speak any of this, but I'm just going to go based off of my eyes and my ears, going to use my other senses. The human brain is capable of absorbing information in more ways than just language. So I'm going to try to use that brain to maybe connect the dots about what the message might be. Yes.
Can I add one more element to the
Yeah.
eyes and the ears and the brain?
Yeah.
It goes a little bit further south. But I will also use that. I will use that energy because that energy was fucking beautiful.
Let me tell you something. If you were like, I'm not watching these Latinos, like, what do you not like butts?
What do
What do
you
you
not
not like
like,
a good
Joy?
time? You don't like you're gonna act like you don't think that Latinos are hot? What are you stupid? Like, don't lie to yourself. Like, get out
I
of here.
I don't want to spend too much time on the hateful bigots or whatever, right? But like, it's one of those things where how do you know you're on the wrong side of history? You are on the wrong side of history when you are robbing this nation of its precious resources of Jessica Alba's and Ricky Martin's. That's how
Oh
you know
my
you're
god.
wrong.
Exactly. All right, so we start off the show. So let's talk about it as like what I absorbed as a non-Spanish speaker, right?
Mhm.
So the show starts off sugarcane fields of Puerto Rico. I was like, "Oh my god, we're going into the fields." Okay? So as a person with like the tiniest bit of critical thinking, I was like, "Okay, we're going into why did we colonize Puerto Rico? It's because of their resources. It's the sugarcane plantations, the slavery associated with it. And then that's where Bad Bunny starts off, right? And he's walking through. I do know that song, Titi Me Pregunto. I was like, oh, that
Oh.
is a good song, right? Guys, the R's are gonna be rolled, the T's and P's are gonna be real soft,
Oh, is
okay?
that you're going full out? Okay. Let me
I'm
get a
gonna be like
burrito.
I posted a picture of Lady Gaga in her outfit, and I said, when I roll the R and soften the P of arepa."
You know, well, I would maybe I should wait for the Lady Gaga part, but
We'll
it's
get to
funny
Lady.
that the entire performance was in Spanish, and somehow I understood Lady Gaga less than I did Bad Bunny.
So anyway, we start up in the fields, and he starts singing that song, and then he's walking through. Right, first you see like the people working the fields, and then you see like a little stand where they're selling coconut drinks, and then it goes to uncles playing dominoes on the side, and then you see like nail techs, manicurists, and then you see bricklayers, and you see icy sellers, like the I think it's called like um piraguas, and which is like what we call in Pakistan like golaganda, right? And like taco stands and boxers, man selling jewelry on the side. And I feel like as a non-Latino, as a non-Spanish speaker, I'm watching these images and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh yeah, like I've spent like enough time around the Latin community to know that these are like little images of like parts of their like culture within America, right? Things that
Mhm,
we already associate with their community. And then we move to a casita house party
mhm.
with a bunch of all the who's of Latino entertainment. I It made us all go, "Hey, I know that brown person. I know that. Is that Cardi B? Is that Jessica Alba?" And then
I
I'm
think
sure there are other people in at home being like, "Is Jessica Alba Mexican?
oh,
Is
they
she
know.
Mexican?"
I think, people are gonna underestimate the significance of Jessica Alba in that moment, because in all the boys groups that I'm in, that was an immediate reaction. And also
Whoa!
also an immediate reaction within my body.
Oh my god. And then I was like, "Pedro! That's Pedro Pascal.
I didn't
What's
even
he
notice
doing
Pedro
there?"
the first time. Yeah.
It's a whole dance party. He's on top of the roof of the casita. He's dancing, and then he literally breaks through, and it's like he broke through our living rooms. He's literally breaking through. Yes.
Can we just pay homage also to the dancers that were dancing in front of the casita,
Oh
because we
my
spent a lot of time
god.
on Jessica Alba. I want when I say Jessica Alba, I mean everybody within that sphere, and then also everybody that joined the party during uh, the next song that comes up.
Oh my
So,
god. And then so he busts through, and then there's like a raucous party by the cars, and
oh,
everybody heard Gasolina. And I think
that's
all
true.
of us, all the millennials, we levitated. Our souls left our bodies. We're like, "Whoa! Is that
Uh,
Gasolina?"
that song, I think it came out in 2004, right? Something around there,
Uh-huh.
2004, 2005. I can apparently on my deathbed, I will have a physical reaction to Gasolina.
I do believe Gasolina is part of your it is part of your funeral playlist
Good,
is Gasolina.
fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. I know it all. There's also the other one that I know you want me. You know it. What is that one?
Kali Ocho,
Caliocho. Who said you're not familiar with Lion culture? What do you mean? Anyway.
Mr. 405.
Anyway, Mr. Worldwide. So everybody's dancing. There's so much dancing. They're dancing on top. There were gays grinding up
Ooh,
against a truck.
two gentlemen just going at it.
Two
Fantastic.
gentlemen. I was like, yeah, that's right. Heated rivalry. And then it was just so much fun. And then Monaco started playing. So I know Monaco, and that's when the strings started. I was like, okay, this is amazing. He has like a bunch of, actual like people on
Yes.
strings, like an orchestra playing. And it cuts to Bad Bunny sort of walking to, and he's looking at the camera, and he's saying something in Spanish. And all I understood from that was, "My name is Benito," his full name. And that's all I picked up. I heard him say something about Super Bowl. I said, "All right, that's not for me." It sounds like he's saying something to the Spanish speakers. Great.
Uh,
Um, yeah.
about that section, like again, because we're coming out of this house party vibe and that stuff, right? Again, those are the things that I expect a little bit from like that type of music or whatever. But then to hear the string section, you go, well, of course, this is like Latin music, right? Like, and
Yeah.
it's just, and it sounded like a little bit like James Bond to me or whatever. But you go,
Mhm.
like, I don't. really, when we look at human history and we see like how music came together, whatever, like that sounds as Spanish to me as Spanish like as music can possibly sound. And so like that was a different, just a like now we're in a different sphere when it
Ugh,
comes to this music, right? So
so good. And then we go to on top of like a looks like a rooftop. There's a wedding, and
oh,
then the
oh,
wedding
wedding.
there's a whole ass wedding, and then the wedding happens, and then the crowd parts, and oh my god, it's Senorita Gaga. Okay. Lady Gaga shows up and she starts singing a Latin spicy version of Die with a Smile. I was like, okay, okay, Gaga, okay. My friend Kaya said that she's Estefania for the day because instead
Oh,
of
that's funny.
yeah. And then it's like a big dance party. There's a wedding dance party, there's cake being cut, and one of my favorite moments was I like it made me so happy. He's like moving around that space and there's a kid sleeping on chairs
Hmm.
and he wakes up that kid to like hands him a ball and I was like that I've spoken to so many Caribbean, Latin American people that is like what in like Arabs that's a thing that we do. Kids fall asleep at our weddings and they just fall
Yeah,
asleep on chairs. We've all fallen asleep on chairs as kids. Our parents didn't care about bedtimes. My kids have fallen asleep on chairs. That's just what happens. Because you know what? We don't do Mr. and Mrs. at weddings. We invite the whole family. And then you bring your kid
unfortunately.
and your kid falls asleep on a chair. That's what happens. But
Yeah,
it just like
those piece
what?
of shit kids come and then they take off their bow ties 30 minutes into the ceremony and their parents don't want to deal with them. But yeah, like it's funny, right? Like again, neither of us we're brother and sister. We're not we're not we are not Spanish, but like it is like obviously it showcases and I was thinking the exact same thing, which is hey, this isn't my culture, but I recognize this culture because it is also it's how we
Yeah.
live also. It's just
It was awesome. And then he trust falls into the crowd as Nueva Yol plays. Do you know Nueva Yol for Hill? It's
I know
a
nothing.
great song to run to work out to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
a
will
great
add it.
time. Huh?
I will add it to the playlist.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. And we're in New York City. It's like obviously it's a city. There's a bodega, there's a barber shop. He's dancing, he takes a shot, like he's having the best time. And then it suddenly cuts to a family sitting and watching TV, and it's his Grammy award winning moment. And then he
Mhm.
takes his Grammy and gives it to like a little boy. And then it cuts to Ricky Martin in a little setup that looks like if you know the cover of his album, it looks like the cover of DTMF, which is his album that he just won. It's that exact scene of two plastic chairs in like greenery, right?
Mhm.
And he sings this like amazing song, looking amazing. He's 54 years old. What the fuck? How? Oh, you're muted.
What's Ricky's secret? I think we all need to know.
I think not being hateful,
Yeah.
living your best life, living La Vida Loca, some may even say. And then it cuts to like a power outage and electrical poles. And I felt like this was one of like the most like moving parts of it for me because it
Mhm.
started to get like a little bit serious, but you have people working on the electrical poles and he's standing in the grass with like the Puerto Rican flag. And just something about like the way that that was shot, the way that was directed of like him in the grass with the flag behind him and then the electric poles sort of sparking in the back. Like, I thought it looked really cool. And then he like climbs up there and he's like on the, the poles and he's singing. And again, I don't know what he's singing, but I do know that that looks cool as fuck. Like he just
Mhm.
looked so freaking cool and powerful. And while he's up there, then there's like a dance party that starts. Every single set piece, we start to see like we see like a pan out of all of them, and it's like the wedding and the bodega and the street. The car party and like the casita, all these people, all these areas are dancing, and you see a bunch of people running through with flags. And then that's when he says, God bless America, and then walks through and names every single country from Canada to the tips of Chile.
Mhm.
And with the band behind him, and then the sign as he's walking, the billboard behind him says, the only thing more powerful than hate is love. And he holds the football up at the end, and the football says, "Together we are America." And
Mhm.
then DTMF plays as everybody's sort of like just singing and playing music. And I was like, what? I'm so moved. Don't speak a word of Spanish, okay?
Not a single word.
Not a single word. I don't know how you watch that and don't come out of it being like, this was fucking beautiful. Like, I don't know. Actually, I do know how that happens. I think
Yeah.
that the thing is that there are people who look at the unknown and immediately their fear comes in.
Yeah.
If your immediate response to not understanding something is fear, it just bleeds into how insecure you are. Like, if you are a white supremacist who is afraid of Latin people coming in and, I don't know, giving you a good time, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that sucks for you. That's really sad for you because you're denying yourself of what I could only explain, like, express this as it was unadulterated, unapologetic, like, joy in
Yep.
every possible way that you could consume it. It was so much fucking fun. And then by the end of it, I was like emotional. Ah, I'm going to say something. This is so stupid. Remember when we talked about this is so fucking stupid. Remember when we talked about, like, when Zoran was running and he
Yeah.
ate food with his hands?
Yeah.
Like, it was a really emotional experience for me. Him playing fucking Doom Machale Doom at the end of his
Yeah.
election night, that was so emotional for me. And that was like on this, like, of course, it's New York City. Everybody knows who Zoran Mamdani is right now, but like, it was on such a smaller scale than this.
Mhm.
This was, I had very similar feelings. So I cannot even imagine the how moving this was for the Hispanic and the Latino communities that were watching it. And the
I
Puerto
one of
Rican communities, because guess what? Puerto Rico's a part of fucking America, dude.
That's I don't even know like how a Puerto Rican person like deals with the horse shit about these assholes calling them foreigners and all that stuff. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's also like I don't understand like I don't know how I would react if I was a black person if if anybody actually talked to me about how this country was made and how we have the wealth that we do and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? But I think both in in Zoran's case and both in this case, I think the thing that we're connecting to is as minorities in this country, and especially you and I, we've been here for 30 years now. When we first moved to this country, like seeing these public displays of our heritage, it wasn't there at all, right?
Yeah.
And now, America is supposed to be the place where you are allowed to do that. That's the entire point of this thing, right? But we still feel almost like we have to ask permission. And
Yeah.
I think that's like the reaction that that a lot of MAGA has is like, how dare he fucking speak Spanish during the Super Bowl, right? Or how dare Zoran Mamdani eat with his hands, right? It's just like you have to ask permission to be like allowed to showcase your side of it, and neither of them did.
Yeah.
And that is so refreshing. Neither of them were angry about it. Neither of them made a big deal about it or whatever. They're just existing. And I think that's the part, again, that they revolt against.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, hey, this is just because you believe America should be one way. That's not the point of this thing, right? So, um, I just want to say one thing about the scene with the kid,
Hmm.
because immediately after there was like confusion about, hey, is this a kid that this was
Liam
a kid
Ramos. Yeah.
that was used as bait by ICE, and it turns out that it wasn't. It was a
Yeah.
child actor. The only thing that's fascinating and dystopian and disgusting about that is we don't know which 5-year-old was used as bait by ICE. You know what I mean? Like that's an
Yeah.
actual sentence that we have to say. So
Yeah. Also, it's like it did definitely go to show that, like, there's a there's like this need to make children who go through trauma, especially brown and
hmm
black children that go through trauma, to suddenly become like the face of the fight, the face of the revolution. Like,
hmm
Liam is a 5-year-old kid who is gone through something really horrific, and his family's still like going through whatever recovery through that looks like, right? Like, their family's still not safe, their family's still in harm. And I think that there's like I think black people have talked about it a lot, where black boys become the face of a revolution, and it's like black boys should just be allowed to be black boys.
Yeah, they should be
S
allowed to be boys, man. Like
Yeah.
you just
He's
try
just a
you're just a
kid, he's
child, man.
5,
He's
you
5 years
know?
old.
So there's that, but anyway, what part of that as a non-Spanish speaker, like, really gave you the biggest goosebumps, not boner?
I would argue they're one and the same. Um, a boner a
One
boner
man's
is
goosebumps is another man's boner.
a boner is just the penis's goosebump. I believe medically speaking, they both doctors write in.
Doctors write in. I'm up to episode 3 of the new season of Pitt, so I don't wanna share my opinion on that yet.
I think like all of it, right? So like when you're describing it, when it first started and it was so pleasant, and I saw the sugarcane field or whatever, I had an emotional reaction to it. Like it just
Mhm,
because again, it was to me, it spoke about sustenance. It spoke about how lucky we are that we live in this fertile land, right? There's
mhm,
I saw life. And then as he was going through it, what stood out to me, like you said, like hey, these are some hallmarks of the Latin culture in America that I
mhm.
recognize, right? So
Yeah,
I was able to make like a connection to it. And then it turns into a party and obviously like other parts of you get awoken by it or whatever. But then again, it comes down to like like a street level, like a human
mhm,
being level. Like you
mhm.
said, like seeing that kid at the wedding, like tired or whatever, or seeing
Yeah,
like, somebody watching TV and recognizing somebody that's of their own, features and stuff like that. I it's it, I was entertained by the dance party aspect of it. I was titillated by the dance party aspect of it. But the reason why I'm still thinking about it is because of the human part of it, right? And
yeah,
the human part of it is all of it. It's people working. That's what I saw all over the thing because at the end of the day, that's what a lot of this is about. Like
yeah,
even like the stuff that's happening with ice or whatever, we talk about this all the time, and there's like statistics to show that all the bullshit that they tell you about like violent offenders and all that shit is wrong. Where
yep,
they're going for people who are working. They are ripping away livelihoods, they're ripping away
yeah,
lives and stuff like that. So obviously when you see that, because that's all people want from this world, man. The people that are
yeah,
coming here, whatever your thoughts are, if you don't want them, they're not here to rob you. They're here for life. They're here to sustain themselves and their families. So that message came through very, very clear. And then like hearing him list off all of those countries, like fuck yes, this is all a part of it. Like yes, America is the richest one. America is the most powerful one. Yes, America has the best facilities and all that stuff. But we benefit so much from the crops and the agriculture and the culture overall from all of these countries, right? And his point was that this is all a part of America. So,
well, also because United States of America is one country. It's the United
mhm.
States of America, but America itself, like, apparently, and this started coming out up like all over like social media after yesterday, is that the common knowledge in a lot of other countries is that there's 6 continents, there's not 7. Because that in other countries, they don't separate out South and North America. That is all just America. So this
Mhm.
idea that South America, Latin America is sort of separate from the north of like Canada, Mexico, and the US, it's like it's a very much American thing, right? But when we say America, that's why he listed off even I was like, Canada. Oh my god, that's right.
So yeah, your heated rivalry. What is your passport in yet? Did you get your Canadian passport yet?
I'm moving to Ontario. I'm gonna go to Ottawa. Sorry. Gotta go to the cottage. I'm coming to the
The
cottage. Anyway, listen.
uh The only other thing I think that I wanted to point out was that it also reinforced to me that when we hear about undocumented migrants, like Latino migrants especially, right? Like again, I have this image of people like
Yeah.
that I see, like people that I see, like you know laborers and stuff like that, right? But also, like if we're being honest, they are a huge part, like that. They're a huge part of the labor class that has been around in this country for hundreds of years, literally,
Yes.
right? They've been here, they've built this country. They had a hand in building this country, and like they continue to, right? And they get shit for it. So
San Francisco is not an English name.
neither is San Diego or
Neither is
Los Angeles.
California.
Yeah.
All right, like it's obviously it's just it was amazing. Okay, so let's talk about then I like did some Googles and I was like, what was all the symbolism? Oh my
Yeah.
god, the symbolism is crazy. So this even the flag. So the flag that he held up, I was like, oh, that looks like the Puerto Rican flag, but I was like, but it looks a little different. Turns out it is. So the Puerto Rican flag that he used had a light blue. The blue on it was light blue, and that is actually the flag that is often used in Puerto Rico in the fight for independence of Puerto Rico as its own country from America. But also, America changed it to a navy blue flag so that it matches more with like the navy blue of the red, white, and blue of the U.S. But that flag, the light blue version, was so powerful that it was banned in the 1940s and 50s by the United States.
Hmm.
So Bad Bunny said, I'm gonna pull out that flag. And I was like, God, he's so smart. And then even like the songs that he chose. So the song that he chose for Ricky Martin to sing, it's called Lo que le pase paso a Hawaii, which means what they did to Hawaii. And then I looked up the lyrics, and the entire song is actually about it's about don't let them do to us, to Puerto Rico, what they did to Hawaii. And then that cutting to that scene where the lights go out and the electrical poles go out. We know that
Hmm.
this is true, that the electrical grid in Puerto Rico is an absolute fucking shambles because it's managed by some company in America that doesn't do shit for Puerto Ricans. And ever since the hurricanes, they don't have electricity all the time. They're a
Hmm.
forgotten part, And so and we know a lot about like the way Hawaiian culture was basically like used as just tourism, but America assimilated Hawaii into its country, but it's not really it doesn't get the representation that the rest of the country gets. And it's kind of removed a lot of the indigenous culture that lives within that island or in
The
those islands.
the story of like how the US occupied and destroyed the culture in Hawaii is horrendous. Like if you
Yeah.
ever go down that rabbit hole, it's another one of those things that we don't talk about because Hawaii is the honeymoon destination for
Yeah.
middle class and wealthy Americans. And that's just it's kind of become like this tourist spot, like you said, right? But like the history of those people, and like when you start going down like and start reading about some of like the movements and stuff that are going on there, that's another one of those things we just don't talk about it. But it doesn't mean that there isn't like a whole bunch of atrocity that was committed in the name of colonization. So
Yeah.
were you a little
Uh
bit disappointed that Ricky Martin didn't sing She Bangs?
no, I wasn't.
I was.
Although if he had gone up there with Lady Gaga and sang She's All I Ever Had, maybe I would have actually been like, you know what? I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna put myself out there in the snow and just die of hypothermia because that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't I wasn't disappointed, you freak. It sounds like you were. You were
She
like,
looks
not
like
even
a
one she bangs?
yeah, she
You don't
bangs.
have to say
She
it
looks like
twice.
no, she bangs. She looks like a, but she sings like a bee. She looks like a flower, but she sings like a bee. Like every girl in history. I haven't heard that song in 27 years. It's top of mind.
He looks so good. I was like,
Looks so
She
great.
does bang, actually. Oh my god. And then even they said like his jersey that he had on, right? So his
Mhm.
name, it said Ocasio in the back. And I was like, is that for AOC?
Because this is his
Because
last
I'm an
name.
idiot. And then I was like, no, actually, so his name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, and Ocasio is actually his mom's name. And so a lot of people were like, he makes a deliberate choice to highlight his mother's
Mhm.
name because Latino culture is such a matriarchal culture, actually.
Yeah.
And then so there was that part in Monaco where, I said he looks at the camera and he starts talking to the camera. Real, do you know what he said? I looked it up.
What'd he say?
Oh my
What are you
god, you're gonna
whispering?
lose it. Okay. He said, so Monaco is playing and he looks at the camera and he's looking right at the audience. He says, "My name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, and I'm here today at the Super Bowl, at Super Bowl 70. It's because," sorry, I'm going to start over. He said, "My name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, and if I'm here today at Super Bowl 70, it's
60.
because I never, ever," oh, 60, my bad.
Yeah.
I never, ever stop believing myself and believing in myself. And you should also believe in yourself. You're worth more than you think. Believe me." Like,
Yeah. Yeah, so if you are a Spanish speaking kid that watches that, right? It's like that's the reason why. That's the reason why you do this, right?
that's why you do it. There's a scene when they're like at the dancing in front of a bodega and there's like barbershops and stuff, and he goes and he takes a shot from a woman in a bar, right? I'm like, okay, he went and took a shot with a woman in a bar. Turns out that woman, her name is Tonita, and she is the owner of a Caribbean of it's called the Caribbean Social Club, and it's in Williamsburg, which, as you know, is super gentrified, but
Mhm.
it's one of the last standing businesses that has been there for decades, that is like a staple in the Puerto Rican community in New York. And she's like one of the last standing owners that hasn't let anybody buy out her business. It's like, Benito,
Benito,
Benito.
poor K. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me?
Poor gay Benito. Don't they sell a Kleenex, okay?
Well,
Because I'm crying.
crying.
I'm crying. And then when he spikes the ball before DTMF plays, he said something, and it turns out he said, "Seguemos aquí," which means we're still here.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh my god.
It's good. It's
Oh
a
my
field
god.
goal.
It's good. Also, congratulations to the Seahawks, huh?
The world moves fast. Your workday, even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
You're muted again.
That was the worst football game I've ever seen. It's so boring. So bad.
Oh my god. It was amazing. It was incredible. That halftime performance. We just watched it right now with the kids. I watched
my
it at 5 o'clock with the kids too. And then Pod came home from work and we watched it again. As if I haven't watched it. I've already watched it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I watched it one more time this morning. It was great.
Did you catch any of the Toilet Paper USA halftime show?
Wait, that's not what we were talking about this entire time?
Was that not the one that TP put out?
Was that not Kid Rock?
Well,
no.
I much like Bad Bunny's music. I also don't know what "ba with the ba da bang da bang" means.
Diggy
So
diggy. That's another one that unfortunately I do know off the top of my head. My name is Kid. It's Kid Rock.
Anyway,
No, of course I didn't watch it. I have seen some reactions of it. Apparently, it wasn't even live; it was pre-recorded.
oh
And
my
even though it was pre-recorded, that piece of shit Kid Rock couldn't bother to sing live, so he was lip syncing "Ba with the Ba," and it's
Mhm.
very obvious that he just gave up in the middle. So you just hear he had like an Ashley Simpson type of deal going on where he's just
He
dancing in
didn't
short.
pick.
Yeah.
He had Jorts
Um,
on.
yeah. And you know who else didn't watch it? Anybody on the right. Nobody fucking watched it. They got some poor, dumbasses to pay for it. They got 5 million stupid idiots to like change the channel. Meanwhile, like Donald Trump and the rest of those mongrels were sitting there watching Bad Bunny and like trying to justify their anger and their hatred, which is so stupid. You just fucking lean into the joy, you fucking moron.
Yeah, be normal, you fucks. Like,
Yeah.
just be like a normal person,
Be a
okay?
human being. How do you listen to that music and how do you watch those people dance and not go, yeah, it's just
It
it's just
seems
so
like
nice.
That seems like a good time. I
Yeah.
want to be invited to a party outside
Yeah.
somebody's casita. If Pedro
Exactly.
Pascal is there, even better.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at. I would never deem myself worthy to be inside the casita, but I'll hang out outside the
I'll
casita.
hang out. It looks like outside of the casita is a really good time.
It may be the place that you want to be. Maybe
It
by
sounds
the
like
front. Yeah,
maybe by the front door. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two from some of those dancers. I don't
Yeah.
know. I will
Mhm.
say Pedro Pascal looked like he was having a great time. Just there, like vibing. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Just
I
high
can't.
out of his mind.
Oh my God. Just like, and then everybody just looked like so happy. Just
Mhm.
everybody seems so happy, so
Yeah.
full of joy. I don't know her music, but her name is Karol G.
Mhm.
She's I think a rapper, maybe. I don't know,
I
a
don't-
singer. But she was there. It was just, I will say what was confusing was Tom Brady's maybe future girlfriend, Alex Earl, was there. And I was like, what are
Mhm.
you doing here? Alex
Uh,
Earl from Red Bank, New Jersey.
Is she from Red Bank?
I thought
Aw.
she was I thought she was the girl that did the Daddy podcast, but it's not. She's a
No.
different one.
I think she's just an influencer lady, right? I
Yeah.
think
I
sometimes
can't,
you just. I think
Yeah.
sometimes you just need those people, for the followers and stuff like
yeah.
that.
I think that there's some connection between maybe her like manager is Bad Bunny's like friend, and maybe he's Latino.
I don't know.
And I said, "Donde está Selena Gomez?"
Because it was part of a which was a backlash. Oh, there's already been a backlash
About Alex
following.
Earl.
Yeah, about that her inclusion was undeserved.
Yeah, I agree.
eh,
Whatever. What do I care? Everybody
what do
looked
I
like they're having a good time. They were like,
Yeah.
we got to get one white. Put
White.
her in.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't care about the MAGA thing. I don't. Yeah, 5 idiots watched it. Trump actually had the Super Bowl halftime show, the Bad Bunny
Mhm.
show on, so that he could rage tweet about it or whatever, or truth about it. Now, before we get to the game itself, which not a lot happened, but did you catch any ads?
I didn't in the moment. There was a tight end one that I connected with because I think it was about colonoscopies,
Oh.
and I'm gonna be
You said, "Hey, I'm
43.
approaching that age." Yeah.
I'm gonna be 43 this year. They already moved the age back to 45, but I think I'm gonna be getting one this year. So
Yeah, just go ahead.
just
Go
get it
ahead.
done.
Yeah, why
That
not?
and then I watched the Andy Samberg Helmets one. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh,
It
it's
was good?
amazing. He's
Okay.
he's dressed up as Neil Diamond. But it's Neil Diamond if he was stuck in a diner and his name is Neil Diamond. It's just so silly and funny, and Andy Samberg is one of the funniest people in the world. So
Did you catch the Mike Tyson one where he called us all fat fucks?
no, what? Oh, I think I heard that in the background where he was talking about how he was disgusting and like 325 pounds or something.
Yes.
What was it
Yes.
for?
It was like a Maha commercial about how we need to stop eating processed foods. He's eating an apple like quite like grossly, and then he's like, I used to be fudgy, and he's like, I used to be fudgy like you guys or something. He was like, you're all fat and disgusting. I hated myself. I was so fat. My brother died and this and that happened. They're all fat fucks. I was like, my God. Mike.
I'm reading it, and it just says we're the most powerful country in the world, and we have the most obese, fudgy people.
Obese fudgy people. Speak for yourself, sir. He's so mean. And then my friend Priscilla said we're supposed to take nutrition advice from Mike Tyson, the guy who ate ear.
Wait, it was in his defense. It was mostly cartilage. All right.
And we all love that little cartilage from time to time.
You put a little seasoning on there.
It was so weird. And then did you catch the fucking Backstreet Boys karaoke one? That really threw me off.
It pissed me off so fucking much. Because
I will say something. I might be okay with being called fat by Mike Tyson more than whatever that was.
Yeah. Yeah, don't call me fudgy. Call me fudgy all day. Don't
Yeah.
use the Backstreet Boys karaoke version to get me excited about the crypto scam. You know what I mean?
Coinbase.
S my D. Coinbase. You fudgy fuck.
And then there was another one that really was not great. I was like, oh, I don't like this. Did you see the Ring camera promotion?
No.
Okay, so there's a Ring camera ad where they were like, people love their pets, and sometimes your pets can get lost. But there's a new feature with Ring cameras where you can go onto an app and put in what is missing and describe your dog who is missing, and it'll automatically alert all of the other Ring cameras in your neighborhood for free.
What?
And then you can look at everybody else's cameras to see if you find your dog. And I was
That's
like,
insane.
that's not for dogs. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's confused. They're not looking for dogs. They're not.
No.
It was so crazy. I was like, everybody take a bat to your Ring camera right now.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's like the or horrific like ICE implications of that or whatever. But also, like, have you guys not watched Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Do you not know that this is how this shit starts?
Dun dun dun
Uh,
dun dun dun.
There was another ad for like Trump bucks or Trump investments. You see that one with like the
It's called
kids?
Trump accounts.
Trump accounts. Hey, we'll give your kids $1,000, which is how much a loaf of bread is going to cost in about 6 months.
Oh my God. Children born from 2025 to 2028 receive a $1,000 Treasury seed deposit, and parents can then add that to their Trump account.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah. Anyway,
Dystopian.
I was like, the ads were a little dystopian.
Because there was like the Trump accounts ad, and then right after that there was a FanDuel ad, and I was like, oh, that's pretty much how this thing is gonna work now. Is we got, we have handouts from Trump, that is how they expect us to survive, and then also going right into, feeding the gambling addiction in this country. Fantastic.
I'm like blown away by how people are literally betting on anything
Everything.
nowadays.
Yeah. You can bet on everything.
It's scary.
It is scary. You
People
can
are
bet.
People are betting on whether or not Rob Roush is going to win Traders.
How much? What's that going at? Maybe I have to get
It's like Polymart or whatever.
Polymarket.
Yeah.
So when you're watching a basketball game on Peacock, on the cock, you can bet on the app. You can bet on Peacock as you're watching it. It's so sad and crazy.
It's very Hunger Games. Like,
Yep.
There was when I watched was it the Globes? The Globes had like a thing at the bottom of like
Yeah. It's crazy.
It was I didn't like it. Now, the game itself, woof.
Couldn't tell you. I don't remember any of it. There were a bunch of field goals, and then Seattle had a bunch of forced turnovers, which is great. I was rooting for Seattle, I guess. I really don't give a fuck.
No, I do, because I found out that the Seattle owner is a woman.
Oh, Paul Allen's sister?
Is that her name?
Well, Paul Allen's sister, yeah. Paul Allen was like the number 2 man at Microsoft or whatever. He died
Okay.
like 10 years ago or something. I believe
Okay,
his sister
yeah.
owns it. They're selling it. They are selling the Seahawks.
She is, her name is, oh my God, it does say Paul Allen's sister. Her name is Jody Allen. And she's like a philanthropist.
Her biggest charity is to MAGA. No, I'm joking.
Oh my God, imagine.
No.
They said that the team is expected, all of her, when she sells the team, she's going to donate it all to charity.
All of it? Not all of it.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I think any profits, the profits are going to go to charity. And now I do hear that she was the first female owner to win a Super Bowl. Is that true?
That can't be right. The St. Louis Rams used to have a female owner, Georgia Frontier. I even know her name. Look up Georgia Frontier. They won in 99, 2000, I believe. I know a lot from 99, 2000. I think the She Bangs really brought me back.
You're like, Jessica Alba and She Bangs, huh?
Yeah. I think that's when Idle Hands came out, too.
It was Norma Hunt.
Excuse me? Oh,
never mind. No, I don't know who this is. No. Yeah, no, that's not her.
Lamar Hunt used to be the owner of the Chiefs.
Okay, no, I don't know.
I believe it was Georgia Frontier. Georgia Frontier was a female owner of the Rams. this awful lady named Marge Schott used to own the Reds back in the day. She's like one of the most racist people.
Well, she died in 2008, Georgia Frontier.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you say that the Rams won?
99 2000.
You know what I notice always? This is like just me on Wikipedia. Whenever I look up billionaires, they marry a lot. There's a lot of marriages and a lot of deaths, a
Yeah.
lot of divorces.
Yeah. I mean, we skipped a week, so you and I didn't get a chance to talk about the Epstein list because your husband's name was on it.
Somebody said I didn't like watching the Super Bowl halftime show because it was in Spanish and I don't understand Spanish. And they're like, well, the Epstein files are in English and that doesn't seem to bother you guys. So I don't know what to tell you.
But I think what we've learned is billionaires are weird fucking people and they should not exist. And every billionaire is a fucking like, I don't care who it is. I don't care what you make $1 billion, something screws up in your head. I think something like that happens. So
yeah, it's bizarre. I last night was talking about it with our brother, and he was like, "This information did not come across my desk." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I didn't see this online." I was like, "I don't know what your algorithm looks like, but it's literally the Epstein files are they're all fucked. All the QAnon stuff that they said Tom Hanks was doing, he wasn't doing any of it.
nope.
All of these billionaires are doing it."
It was fucking Elon Musk pleading to go on the island, and Epstein telling Ghislaine Maxwell, "Hey, I don't want to talk to this loser. Deal with it." Have you seen that stuff?
Yes.
Ugh.
Ugh. Anyway, we also didn't get a chance to talk about Trump posting a deeply racist AI video of Barack and Michelle Obama, and then being like, my intern did it.
Obviously the racism is horrendous and it's disgusting, and that the fact that it happens is just like, if you are a decent human being, you should be horrified by it. Like whatever. Like I don't think we can say enough about how like disgusting that is, right? I think his reaction to it, and the fact that he's passing this on to a staffer, underlines my biggest confusion about the Donald Trump phenomena, especially on the right with all the men and all like the macho-ness and the masculinity. Is Trump is the biggest fucking pussy I have ever seen in public. Like, he does not stand on anything. The second you call him out, he retreats. In front of actual people, when he's in front of Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, he bends over and shows his ass because he is a fucking pussy, right? This is exactly the same in this situation. He posted it because he's a racist fuck. And then he blames somebody else because he can't even stand behind his racism because he is a giant fucking pussy boy. And I know you don't like the usage of pussy in a derogatory way.
I don't. It's a wonderful thing.
I listen. I can't tell you how much
we were
I agree
all
with
popping
you.
ours yesterday, weren't we?
I can't tell you how much I agree with that sentiment when I think about it. But you know what I also mean, right? Like, I think
I know. He's a loser. You know what? I like the term loser. I think we need to bring back loser. Okay,
I think
he's a fucking loser.
He is. He's also a coward, though, and I know that that's not the way that we should be using that term. But I think that's the term that resonates with that crowd. That's the reason I say it. But
sure,
for the record,
fine.
I mean, for the record, I love the puss.
Yeah. And people should pop it. Watch the Bad Bunny performance and just pop it.
Just pop yours. I popped mine about half an hour ago.
Everybody should be popping it. Come on. Can we talk really briefly about this thing that happened to a friend of the podcast, my friend Kelly Williams? She has the Instagram account called Laguna Biatch. Now, Raheel, did you hear about did you hear by any chance, did this come across your desk? It was a story that went a little crazy last week where Tom Brady, as you know, familiar with him, he last Sunday posted these like pictures of himself in like a hoodie on his Instagram story being like, "Is this what you do on a Sunday when you're not working? LOL." Right? He posted like 2 pictures of himself like this, like in a hoodie, like laying on the couch, like lazy Sunday, right? And so Kelly posted that and said, "Tom, this is the type of thirst trap you do when you are crushing on someone and then
Yeah.
you post this and then you go to see who looked at your stories to be like, did
Yeah.
my crush look at my stories? Right. So she posted it. She was like, Tom, who's your crush? I want to know who your crush is. Tell us who your crush is. By the way, Kelly, huge Pats fan. She's from Massachusetts. She loves all Boston teams, like all New England teams, like huge Tom Brady fan. Said it as a normal, like, hey, you're being a cutie patootie. I'd love to know why.
Mm-hmm.
And all of her comments were filled with angry Tom Brady fans that were like, one person was like, fuck you, you 300-pound lesbo. And she was like, I'm going to put that on my business cards. They went crazy. They were like, don't talk about Tom Brady that way. Like, he doesn't have crush. I was like, everybody has lost it. And then People Magazine picked it up, and People Magazine was like, fans seem to think that Tom Brady is crushing on somebody because why else would he post these pictures? But then
Mm-hmm.
guess what?
Right.
After the Super Bowl, he was seen. Dumois posted pictures of him dancing with Alex Earl.
There
And
you
they're
go.
like, you did it for Alex, didn't you? An Instagram girl.
So like 48-year-old Tom Brady was was being cute for his 25-year-old girlfriend on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. Adorable. And here's the thing. I don't know what any oh god, jeez. I would never get like if somebody said if when a celebrity behaves this way,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I relate to them the most. Like celebrities, they're just like us. They post thirst traps in their Instagram stories. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've never understood his deal. Like he eats non-nightshades or whatever, and
Yeah.
he's got weird teeth and all that stuff. Like I think he's like very robotic. I don't think that there's his eyes seem a little dead. But when he posted that, I was like, this is so relatable.
So I didn't know I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm glad that you gave me this opening. There is and this goes out to all the 49ers fans. I'm thinking of two specifically, although I know we
Yeah.
have more than that. There is a documentary series right now on AMC called The Rise of the 49ers. It's about the 80s and 90s 49ers.
Yeah.
And it's just basically just a documentary, like a documentary series. It's narrated by Tom Brady because he grew up in the Bay Area and he was a huge 49ers fan. And at the end of episode 1, he goes through his album, and it's him as a kid because he was
Hmm.
at the game. Like, there's this really important game in 49ers lore. It's the NFC Championship game in like 1981. It had the catch or whatever. So he was at that game and he was talking about it and he was going through it. And I was like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You won me over. It's the most human I've ever seen him. So watch that. If you're 40, it's a really great documentary. So
Yeah. I sent you the People Magazine article because it's so funny. Because the picture really is so funny because on top of the picture, he also used the song Mr. Brightside. Tom.
wait, that's the picture?
Yes.
Oh, Tommy. Touchdown, Tommy.
So yeah, Kelly said he's posting like a girl who has a crush. She's like, that's that's just what you do. And then people were like, he's the GOAT and he's a divorced dad. Let's not forget. She's like, no, I believe that. It's fine. Anyway, what sports should I be watching now that football is done?
Well, so NBA season is about to kick into high gear. NBA season this year has been a little bit wild and crazy or whatever. So you should watch that. I don't know what other sports you're not into because football is done. There really is nothing else.
Should we be watching the Olympics?
I tried watching it. Yeah, Winter Olympics just not my thing. I guess figure skating when it's going to be on. I can kind of try to watch that. I like the storylines or whatever. I think Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir probably involved in that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Winter Olympics. It feels too rich, almost. Summer Olympics I can get
Yeah.
behind. You know what I mean? Winter
Yeah.
Olympics, like all the equipment and I don't know the white people.
I'm interested in what somebody called it a nut to butt luge, whatever that was.
Oh, it
where
was
they
like the two
lay on
people
top of
stacked
each
on.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, again, this is
I
my
wonder-
heated rivalry.
Look, heated rivalry is your heated rivalry.
Oh God. It's amazing. I saw somebody make a supercut of like it looks like Shane and Ilya, instead of watching the Admirals win the cup, it's Shane and Ilya watching Bad Bunny perform at the very end and pulling
Uh-huh.
all of the different flags.
Yeah.
And then he says Canada, right? and then it's Ilya. It's Ilya calling Shane saying, "Did he say Canada?" So stupid. Anyway, I'm watching The Pit. I'm gonna restart Night of the Seven Kingdom. A Night of the Seven King. Is it good? The
I
night
love
show?
I love the night show so far. It's giving me like season 1, season 2-ish vibes of Game of Thrones before it
Oh,
got as huge as it was, because
yeah.
so far it's all kind of on like the human level. Like if so
Mhm.
far it's just about this tournament. I haven't watched the most recent episode. I told you this. I watched an episode and a half of The Pit, and I was like, this season just isn't for me. So let me know how it is. Let me know if it gets better.
I'm
To me,
on episode 3 and I'm really enjoying myself.
really, it felt too showy to me. It felt too much like a show. We're having too much fun and hijinks and blah
Well,
blah
I
blah.
think everybody's really happy. We're not going deep on the trauma yet.
Maybe
Like
that's
there's
fine.
things that are happening, but I do agree that Dana is Dana-ing. She's full
Dana's
Dorinda
so-
medley.
Hey, yeah. What's going on here?
Get him in the shower. Like, okay, Dana. Dana, can you please enunciate? I have no idea what you're saying. Yeah, I mean it's cute. It's cute so far. I think everybody's happy. And I will say Dr. Langdon. I mean, I'm just crazy for him.
For somebody that stole patient's drugs, yes, he's
He
very
went to
effective.
rehab and he was not working for 10 months. Okay, lay off
I'm
of him.
sorry.
Have you looked at his beautiful eyes and his butt chin?
Butt chin.
Between Bad Bunny and Heated Rivalry and now Dr. Langdon, again, I am reminded that I am unfortunately attracted to men, but there is always Jessica Alba.
Oh, there's always Jessica.
Oh,
Jessica.
all right. Well, I'm going to end the chat today with giving you an FMK, and it's going to be Bad Bunny,
People
Ricky
at
Martin,
the
Ricky Martin, or Pedro Pascal.
Oh, this is interesting. I think I have to get rid of Ricky.
Mm.
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to be ageist, but I mean, come on. 54. I'm still in my
I
prime
don't think
here.
Pedro Pascal is that young.
How old is Pedro? But Pedro presents
is
young.
50.
Yeah, he presents young. He seems like
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate for me to marry Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just going by your rules. And also, it feels just kind of what I know about their public personas or whatever. It just feels really warm. Like every time I see him on the red
cozy.
carpet, all the actresses are like holding his hands and stuff like that. And he just feels like
everyone loves him.
I wonder, and actually now that I'm thinking, I'm playing the scenario in real life, I wonder if I'd get jealous, like of like him constantly giving affection to everybody, because I just think that's who he is. He wants to share himself with the world, and I don't know if he is going to settle down just for me, but like I think.
But alas, that's what you want.
Me gusta un challenge. You know what I mean? I like a challenge.
So stupid. Yeah, and then you are popping that pee.
I'm popping that pee for you, for Benito.
Oh my god, he had on a very he had a very big outfit on. So when he did his signature little, when he popped his pee,
the Humpty Humpty, yeah,
the Humpty Hump. It didn't wiggle waggle the way it usually does. But I was like, oh, I know what you're doing, sir. Sir, I know what you're doing. You better put that away.
Why, Yoda?
I would also do the same thing. I do feel bad about killing Ricky Martin.
I feel bad about killing Ricky Martin.
I feel bad about it. I feel bad about it because at the end of the day, she bangs. And she's all I ever had. Anyway, that's it for this. I'll be back to talk to you about Trader. That's it for this. What? That's it. I'm going to take some NyQuil because I am coming down with something.
Ooh.
And I am going to talk to you at the end of the week about Traders.
Fantastic.
And I'm going to talk about some shows on Bravo during the middle of the week.
Great.
I recorded something and it got deleted. So
what was it?
I'm a little sour about it. It made me go, maybe I just don't podcast anymore.
Oh, it was that bad, huh?
It was pretty bad, but it's fine.